to use this little model here just to illustrate for you why it's not always so easy to just be able to do a stretch or exercise a misalignment in your neck back into normal position. So what I firstly want to acknowledge is that oftentimes when people have a problem with the neck, that what they feel just intuitively they need to do is they just need to stretch something out like this. And I've talked about it in a previous video why stretching your neck sideways is really not a good thing. In brief, it's going to cause the joints in your neck to jam up and probably just end up moving the ones that are already compensating too much instead of actually being able to unlock the thing that's causing the issue in the first place. Nevertheless, here's what happens when we're trying to stretch and exercise things out on our own. So we see we've got the little puzzle right here, and then we think, okay, well, if we need to get it out, we just need to pull it this way, or we need to stretch it this. If we could just get it at the right angle, we could release it. And certainly you can do any number of different things to kind of support the muscles, just to try to release some of the tension through there. But the problem is if there's something that is still locked up, something is locked up. And it's not just going to release on its own unless you know how to actually get it out of position like that. And what I want to illustrate is that oftentimes these little puzzles that we have here, the key for solving them is that you can't just pull things in straight lines. You have to be able to add a three-dimensional locking or unlocking in order to get it back the way that it should be. Now, the reason that this applies with what happens in your neck is because you are not a two-dimensional being. All of the different joints in your neck and their structure, like I've got on the little model right here, they exist in 3 dimensions like this. And so things will be moving forwards, things will be able to move backwards, things will be able to turn. And in addition to that, every human being and every body is different. In fact, if you're looking at just the top 4 vertebrae in the neck, there's upwards of 500,000 different combinations and different degrees and angulations the way that things can lock up. And so if you try to go in blindly, number one, by stretching that out yourself, or thinking, okay, well, I need somebody to help me out, but if they don't have that information, then it's no good. All you're going to end up doing then is trying to be pulling this thing and wondering why is it that you still have this problem and something is not quite able to unlock it. If, on the other hand, you do the right kinds of steps and procedures, so you do the right tests and you find out, okay, this is what is going on that is unique for me. This is the way that it's gotten locked up. Then it's a matter of just simply, okay, well, let's reverse engineer that. And then we work to unlock the vertebra in your neck. And if we do that, the normal problem will come out pretty simple, just like that. The question then is knowing what the exact angle is that's necessary in order to do it. If it was just a matter of me being able to show you a stretch or show you an exercise, I promise you this will all be oh so much easier. And in fact, you should try to do those things first before you would normally see a professional for help. But if you find that the problem is not going away, so if it's recurring, it keeps coming back every few days, it's a situation then most likely that what you're dealing with is something that's locked up like this, that's going to need that extra bit of detail in order to actually get it resolved. Otherwise, it's just going to keep going on and on and on and on. So I hope that this little video here has just clarified a little bit about why stretching in and of itself, it's good, but why it doesn't always work for you. So if you've enjoyed this little video, I'll ask you please, of course, like it. Number 2 then is if you can think of somebody who would benefit from seeing this, please share it with them. And we're also going to attach then a few different links with this video so that you can see a little bit more, okay, well, he's talking about a misalignment in the neck. Well, what kind of an impact can that have on your health, on your well-being, and ultimately on your quality of life? This is Dr. Jeffrey Hanna at Atlas Health Australia reminding you, take care of your neck and start living life again.